Let's get started. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet Srinavatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Hiya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suhritsatam Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So, devotees, today we are going to read Canto 4, Chapter 17. Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at the earth, verse 34 and 35. Verse 34. Sa vai bhavan atma vinirmitam jagat bhutendriyanadha karanatmakam vibho samsthapa samsthapayishyan ajamamarasatalad Abhyujaharam Vasha Adishukaraha. So, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. My dear devotee, you are always unborn. Sorry. My dear Lord, you are always unborn. Once in the form of the original boar, you rescued me from the waters in the bottom of the universe. Through your own energy, you created all the physical elements, the senses, and the heart for the maintenance of the world. Purport. This refers to the time when Lord Krishna appeared as the supreme boar, Varaha, and rescued the earth, which had been merged in water. The Asura Hiranyaksha had dislocated the earth from its orbit and thrown it beneath the waters of the Garbhodaka ocean. Then the Lord, in the shape of original boar, rescued the earth. Text 35. Apam upaste mayinavi avastita praja bhavan adhya rirakshishu kila saviramurti sambhudadharadharo yo mam payasi ugrasharo jigham shashi. Translation. My dear Lord, in this way you once protected by rescuing me from the water, and consequently your name has been famous as Dharadhara. He who holds the planet Earth. Yet at the present moment, in the form of a great hero, you are about to kill me with sharpened arrows. I am, however, just like a boat on the water, keeping everything afloat. Purport. The Lord is known as Dharadhara, meaning he who keeps the planet Earth on his tusks as the boar incarnation. Thus, the planet Earth in the shape of a cow is accounting the contradictory acts of the Lord. Although he once saved the earth, he now wants to upset the earth, which is like a boat on water. No one can understand the activities of the Lord. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, human beings sometimes think the Lord's activities contradictory. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गवं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातवहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणम् नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So I'd like to seek blessings from all you Vaishnavas who are present here. Please empower me so that I can speak correctly in accordance with the spiritual, scriptural injunctions. And my attempt can purify my mind, heart, as well as to the listeners. Um, Today I'm a little more nervous because I didn't get a chance to actually prepare it. So I'll speak along as I um, so today, I also heard one lecture from Chaturatma Prabhu. So I'll try to base my talk based on that. So as we know, the background, uh, King Prithu becomes king, and once he becomes king, all the citizens approach him complaining about uh, that Earth is not releasing her resources, and that is causing the citizens to suffer. And after King Prithu hears that, he chases Earth to kill, um, primarily to extract the resources from her. And Earth takes the form of a cow, and she tries to flee away. So you can see, at least especially this activity, the same Earth which was being rescued from the hands of Hiranyaksha, uh, King Lord Krishna took boar incarnation to rescue her from the bottom of the Karuna Daksha ocean and to set her into the orbit so that the earth can flourish, right? The same earth, when she was not releasing her resources, Krishna takes the form of a chastiser, right? To actually set the things right. So that's why Lord Krishna, as we can see, he's supreme, he's neutral. He's neutral and he's always thinking uh, about how we can help the devotees. He's always in favor of working the devotees and have the things done in the right way. So, in these kind of activities also make Lord, when we can understand, like when we can question, like what's happening here? I mean, Krishna killing a cow, does it really make sense? It doesn't. So that's the reason why it said that Lord Krishna's activities nobody can understand. In other way, let's step back and try to understand it. If we understand the activities of the Lord, then are we not the Lord? Right? So we become the Lord because we are able to predict the activities what Lord Krishna is trying to do. So so it clearly shows Krishna is the supreme of all beings. He he can take the shape of boar. He fuzzles the mind of these envious people, right? Yes, at least here, Hiranyaksha or Hiranyakashipu, they are acting, actually, they are Lord's Parshads, as Jay and Vijay, who in this lifetime, they are acting as enemies to Lord Krishna. So, Lord Krishna taking a form of a boar or taking a form of Narsinghadev, which is outside the regimen of the human form, right? He could come with any particular form to actually surprise these kind of devotees. So Lord Krishna, he can take, he is, that's why the supreme personality of Godhead. One other point Prabhupada stressed here is that with our poor fund of knowledge, humans thinks that Lord's activities are contradictory. We can understand, especially in the present world, people, uh, especially with Lord Krishna, they have many problems. they bring a lot of these incidents. One of the incident is that, okay, how can he marry, like, or how can he maintain? People kind of say this, coin this term. He's a lusty god. He has a relationship with many gopis. So, with our poor fund of knowledge, with our the frame of our uh, look, with reference to our frame, we are trying to assess the God. How can we do that? So this is something that we have to understand. So with the spirituality, with the Krishna consciousness, with going through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we come to a state of mind where we can understand the supremacy of the Lord. And when we are in that state of mind, we can actually have an understanding, we can actually judge God in his reference frame. Then we will be able to understand the God. As Lord Krishna says, nobody can understand me except for my devotees. That's why devotees are of the special place. So Chaitanya Prabhu was actually saying that what is our objective here? The objective here, as we say in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are descriptions of Lord, right? How the creation came, who is Lord Krishna. But at the same time, at the 10th canto, we also have Rasalila. So what Prabhuji was saying was the objective in one way is to understand the Rasalila. So we have to come to that state where we can understand the Rasalila. But when does this board incarnation comes? It comes in third canto. So if we can't even understand or are not able to understand the board incarnation, which is given in the third canto, how can we ever able to understand the Rasalila pastime? So that's why Prabhuji was saying is, please don't try to use our P like bean, like brain, P like, or a bean like a bean seed like a brain, to understand the God, understand the supremacy of a God. So that is why we have to accept Srimad Bhagavatam, or a version of the pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And as we, with that understanding, with that inclination, when we go through the scriptures, slowly and slowly our heart gets purified, and then Lord Krishna would give us intelligence to understand what actually uh, is who God is. Because only by His mercy, by the devotee's mercy, we can even ever attempt to even understand a little bit who Krishna is, right? So one other thing that I want to talk about is here in the first verse, uh, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he talks about Adi Shukaraha. Adi Shukara means Adi Varaha. So when I heard that word, I kind of remembered one pastime of Lord Varaha at uh, Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan or in Mathura, there are two deity forms of Lord Varahadev. So is a black deity. One is the black deity. The other is the white deity. So the black deity is called as Varahadev, Adi Varaha. So that's why I'm trying to relate it. So this is a beautiful pastime, and as we know, this is a morning time, and we would be chanting our remaining rounds. So I was thinking probably we'll share this pastime, and then we can have this as a meditation, and then uh, that will help us uh, to smaran on Varahadev. So this black deity, so this place called as Varaha Ghat, um, and there's a black deity of Lord Varahadev. So the pastime is that um, once upon a time, Lord Krishna was playing with his sakhas in the near the Yamuna, and the gopis during the same time. Gopis were at the other side of the ghat, where they were filling the pots, collecting the pots, water from the Jamuna in the pots, and Krishna sneaked to see what Radharani was doing. So he tricked his sakhas. He told them that, okay, the cows have stayed somewhere, so let me go and find out. And with this excuse, he went straight to Radharani and Gopis, and he started talking to them. So the gopis on seeing Krishna's arrival there, they asked, "What are you doing here?" Gopis asked, "Son of Nanda Maharaj, what are you doing in this part of Braj? You're not even supposed to come here." He just gave the same reason. My cow's kind of strayed here and I'm looking for it. And Vishaka said, "No cows here. So please finish your business and leave." And meanwhile, these gopis, whatever the pots they were filled in, they tried to put those pots on the top, and they were stacking one on top of other, and they were like 2 to 3 pot stacks. And looking at that, and looking the girls carrying so eloquently, Lord Krishna made a comment, "Oh, you guys are expert in this." And Radharani was hearing to that comment. She replied, "Yes, of course. We are not like you. You just steal our uh, you do everything useless thing. You steal butter, you steal clothes. You are such a spoiled child. You don't do anything." So when Radharani made that comment, Krishna took it back and he felt little insulted. And he replied, "What are you saying? You guys are just carrying these pots on your head. You know, I carried like an earth when in my previous life." When the gopis all heard, they were like stunned and they started laughing. "Come on, Krishna, you can make all those jokes, but at least don't make these kind of jokes like you carry the earth on your tusk. What are you saying?" So when Lord Krishna said, and then Gopi said, "Okay, if that is the case, show me right now at this very place that you actually carried that earth. You don't even carry a single pot on your head. You're talking about carrying earth." So then, when Lord Krishna heard, "Okay, of course, behold." So then the Lord Krishna kind of disappears, and in the same place, a boar appears. And the boar was like a thumb size, like a small thumb size. And these gopis were looking at, started laughing again. This is Krishna and like a thumb, and he rescued the whole earth in this thumb size. Started laughing. And then slowly the small boar, started expanding and became so gigantic that that he was touching the 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 sky. And then gopis became more and more serious. What's happening here? Is this something Krishna is trying to play trick on us? And then uh, the boar actually made this visualization where he lunged forward and with his tusk tried to lift the dirt. And as he was lifting, the earth also appeared. And two gopis were stunned to look at it. What's happening here? Is it a real Krishna? And what was happening was when uh, Varahadev was actually lifting that earth, all the demigods appeared. The demigods were flowering, uh, were raining the flowers on Varahadev, and all these Vedic mantras were going around, um, especially the Purusha Sukta, and it was a magnificent view. At the same time, uh, Gopis felt like it was something like it's something magical. It was looking to them as if like it was something mystical. They were not able to believe with their eyes. Like, is it real? Is it something? Is Krishna is creating some illusion in front of us? And suddenly, Krishna disappeared from there. Even the Varhadev disappeared, and sorry, Varhadev transformed into Krishna, and the Krishna also disappeared from there. Then Gopis were in awe at the same time they were confused on what just happened. And afterwards, when Krishna was gone, they were thinking, is it real? Is it really that happened? So at the same place where the small Varhadev appeared, they went and then when they looked at it, they were the hoof prints as well as the marks of Krishna. So that's where that appeared, uh, right in that region. So when they saw that near the Yamuna Ghat. Um, and that is how this ghat became famous as Varaha Ghat. And we have a temple there in. Um, so I just wanted to show you that story. And thank you for the opportunity, and please forgive my short.